And now we get to meet my next guest, entering his third year as the most elusive running back in the NFL because he's evaded me an interview in this show. RB for the Dallas Cowboys, Deuce Vaughn, whose favorite movie is Interstellar. Why?
It most definitely is. Thank you for having me on the show, first and foremost. I've been wanting to get on here so badly, and I'm glad that we finally get able to. But Interstellar is my favorite movie. I watched it whenever I was a young kid, and I just love, first of all, I love space. I love everything that goes into it. And then just the time warping, just everything that goes into it, how you can kind of, at the end, be able to kind of say to yourself, okay, what happened? Like you're going to use your mind.
Tell me what happened. I want you in one. Tell me, listen, I like time travel too. You watch Back to the Future. I can tell you exactly what happened. It was pretty easy. This one is like, did I just spend 2.5 hours to make myself feel stupid? It doesn't make sense.
Is it too much? I feel like, okay, so I like that it's open-ended. And I said that he goes and he grabs, what's her name? I forget her name, but Anne Hathaway plays. Yes. It's been a while since I've watched it. That he goes and finds her, that they live life on the new planet that his daughter was able to help create through himself whenever he was in the black hole and helping her at being her ghost, in a sense. So I really do love that movie.
I don't get it. And I think that it's just a joke because I just think all boys lie and pretend that they understand Interstellar and no one actually understands Interstellar. But you seem Tesseract, you've got it all figured out. Ghosts, Anne Hathaway, we love it. Did you see this? Let's get back to like not traveling in space and time, but generations continue. And did you see a baby looking at your highlights as K-State fan? Have you seen this?
I have not seen that. 6 pounds, 6 ounces. I love it.
Is that wild to see?
I love it. I love my K-State fans too. That's big time right there.
Yeah, they're showing them your highlights, which were, of course, amazing. And so were last year. You got to finish your 2024 season, Deuce, with your best game. That must have felt great. I was talking to Zach Ertz. That was a loss. He hated it. You, week 18, against those Commanders, what did it feel like to get a chance to sort of cap off your year with 6.2 yards a pop?
Yeah, it felt good. I feel like for ourselves as a unit, we weren't able to get that win. But for myself to finish off the year like that, it was big for myself going into this offseason. I'm really, really process-driven. Never been a guy that has always looked for results. And that was kind of a testament to myself throughout the year, just staying diligent in my process, being disciplined, and understanding that an opportunity will pop at some point. I have to be ready to go and play. And it's been able to kind of catapult me into this offseason to get ready for this next year, and I'm excited.
If you, Anne Hathaway, and Matthew McConaughey got into a spaceship through like a black hole and were able to see your first touchdown, what does it look like? Set up your first NFL touchdown for me.
If I had to say how I want it to look, maybe an angle route or an option route out of the backfield in the red zone for a touchdown. That'd be a dream come true.
And what's the celebration?
That might have to be on the fly. I don't really have one right now, but I got to make sure that I get the ball. That's going to be the biggest thing. The ball's got to come back. But I don't know. That might be on the fly. I might have to go through on training camp and stuff like that.
I dare you to do some Interstellar. I don't even know what it would be. I dare you. Like I don't even know, like a book. I don't even know.
Maybe we can incorporate like space. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we'll workshop it. Okay, so one of my favorite all-time players is Darren Sproles. And it's like unbelievable to get him on the show and get his thoughts. And he came on my show and he said that you're the player in the league that reminds him most of himself, which is such high praise coming from him. Do you see, and what do you see as far as you and Darren and similarities?
Yeah, first and foremost, Darren Sproles has been a guy that I watched growing up as a little kid. And, you're diminutive, you're a little bit smaller. And the way that he plays football, I mean, you see it on the film right here. He was electric. And for myself, to be elusive, to be able to be the toughest player on the football field, be able to be lightning in a bottle, that's what I try to pride myself off of. And that's what he did for 15 years in this league at the highest level. And for him to say that is truly humbling. I take a lot of pride into it. And I work my butt off for him to say that I look like him, and that I remind him of himself. That's really, really big.
Has he ever reached out, or have you guys ever talked? Has he given you any advice?
Yeah, so both going to K-State, I got to meet him my sophomore year. While we were playing OU, he came to a game, and that was big for myself being able to meet him. And then at the Big 12 championship, my last year, we were able to meet each other as well. Again, I have his number. I reach out to him whenever I have questions and stuff like that. And he's always been somebody that's in my corner. And just have somebody like that, man, I mean, it's unreal.
What are those conversations like?
For myself, just asking him about the league. How did you take that next step? Just some adversities that I've gone through and things like that. How did you get through this? How did you do this? And what's your workout schedule look like? Just different things, trying to find an edge. So, I mean, he played for 15 years. He's the blueprint. So you want to try and pick his brain and get everything that you can from him so that you can go and try to be the best player you can possibly be.
He really stood out as a punt returner. And that, you returned 4 punts back in 2023. Any chance we see you out there in 2025?
We got an amazing punt returning Kavontae Turpin right now. So for myself, it's just learning behind him. Man, he's the guy. You see what he did last year. Learning behind him and having the opportunity to learn behind him right now is really, really big. Of course, in preseason, I'd love to get out there and do that stuff as well. But right now, man, just trying to find my niche right now as far as that goes. But Kavontae Turpin is huge.
People are really, and by the way, like you were talking about adversity, like it wasn't really until year 4 that Sproles started getting shots, right? Getting like opportunities and stuff like that. So my favorites, I know his career very well. He scored his first touchdown. Want to know how many years into his career?
How many years?
3. He didn't score his first touchdown until year 3 of his career. So I'm glad that, he's a perfect sort of model for that. I can't wait to see what this running back room looks like. Well, I don't know why I like it so much. Is because people are criticizing it and there's no expectation for the Cowboys running back room. I was looking this morning. People are down on it. Shoddy's there. Can you sort of explain with what you've seen, knowing him, knowing this scheme, why is this running back room going to work for Dallas this year?
I feel like for us, the guys that we brought in, Javonte Miles, Jaden Blue, Phil Maffa, every single day we go inside the building, we're just putting in the work and we're not listening to anything outside of the building. We're coming together. We're doing this as a unit, as a group. We're trying to find ways for all of us to become better football players every single day and just taking day by day to come out and having an offensive coordinator like Clayton Adams, having a head coach like Brian Schottenheimer is huge for us. Man, they're putting in a great scheme, putting in a great run game that we have a whole bunch of confidence in. The offensive line has a whole bunch of confidence in. We have a whole bunch of confidence in the guys up front. So for us, it's just taking it day by day, understanding that man, whenever it's time to go out there and put the pads on, to go out there and just be us, and that'll all take care of itself.
I have this idea that just from talking to from Micah to lots of different players on this current Cowboys roster, Shoddy is being so slept on, and like what he has done, everyone just has used the word energy to me. Energy, like bringing guys together in a different way. Can you explain from your vantage point the Brian Schottenheimer experience?
Yeah. Energy is the perfect word to use. Every single day that you step foot into that building, you know that the energy from himself, the coaching staff, and everybody inside the building is going to be up. And it just makes you want to come in and work hard every single day. One of our mantras, and really our biggest mantra, is compete every day. And for us, we really do live by that. Whether it's on the football field, in the meeting rooms, whether that be if we're doing types of challenges and stuff to get our competitive juices going. Every single day, you know that it's going to be a great day to come in and you really get to live the professional lifestyle that you want to because of the energy that they bring. They allow you to be yourself. And then whenever you go into the football field, man, you get to go and fly around and compete with the best of them. And that's all you want as a pro.
Compete every day. I love that. He just feels like somebody that you're allowed to be a human in front of, right? Like Absolutely. That's what it feels. There's a lot of humanity in that locker room right now.
Absolutely. And he's himself every single day. Coach Schottenheimer's himself every single day. And that's huge because he's like, I'm going to tell y'all to be yourselves. I'm going to be myself. And every single day, whenever you have a head coach like that, man, there's no hesitation or anything whenever you walk inside that building. You understand that it's going to be a great day because you have those people inside there with you. And we're really building a family culture and a community inside that building that is going to be really, really fun to not only watch play on Sundays, but be a part of through Monday through Saturday.
And he's somebody that was there last year. I think one of these like lazy things that I keep seeing is that there won't be a scheme change. There won't be a difference in anything because Shoddy was there last year. Will the scheme look a little bit different? It sounds like yes.
Shoddy will have his mark on the. I think Coach Adams will have their mark on the scheme, and I'm excited about it. Won't say too much. But I'm really, really excited for it. These OTAs and the minicamp process was really, really fun. It was really good to dive into the playbook, and I'm excited to hop into it and get ready for camp.
Bit of a scheme difference on the way, I think. You didn't say it. I just inferred it. Okay, Dak Prescott coming off an injury, number 79 on the NFL's top 100 list. Where should he have been?
Dak Prescott, I can't say. We could sit here for 45 to an hour about me saying good things and great things about Dak Prescott. I feel like, of course, he should be much higher than 79. People will say that the injury is a reason why that he was lower. This upcoming season, I would feel he's going to be very, 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 very high on that list whenever it comes back out because of the player that he is and the way he's come back from that injury. Man, we have nothing but faith and a whole bunch of love for Dak, just for the player that he is, the teammate that he is, and the leader that he is. So I'm super excited for this upcoming season, and most everything he should be higher.
We can take a TV break. Very good answer. You're very, very polished. Like, my goodness. Short TV break, but we are still live on YouTube, and we will get these clips out. We'll be back right after this. Deuce, that was a great answer. I wanted to ask you about Eagles and Philly. Week one, like, you just heard Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz is like, we have to wait till the end of the season. You get the shot at the champs, week one SNF, bright lights treatment. Do you like starting the season with that?
Big time games are usually the ones that you live to play for. So, I mean, week one, Thursday night against the Eagles, that's a big time football game, and players love to play in big time games. So I'm excited for it. We got a lot of time between now and then to get ready to go, and I'm excited for training camp and getting to that week one and starting the season off with a bang.
Do you watch Barkley tape? Are you friendly? I imagine that's motivational, not only because it's a division rival and the Super Bowl champs, and you got Saquon.
Yeah, no, Saquon Barkley, I'll keep saying he's a cat I watched in high school growing up when he was at Penn State and then at the Giants. So I'm a big time fan of Saquon Barkley. And you saw what he did last year, over 2,000 yards, and the way that he did it with the amount of 70-yard touchdowns that he had, man. I mean, he is a ball player. And most definitely as a running back and a young guy in this league, that's a cat that you look up to. And that's a cat that I watch a lot of tape on because he's doing it right.
Deuce, at the end of training camp, what will be success for you? Like, what kind of headlines about you? What is the sort of the role, or what do you want? Like when you think about, I won't bring up Tesseracts or anything, but if you could take yourself to training camp's now over, what will success have been to you?
For myself, I've never really been a big numbers or headlines guy. For myself, I'm really process driven. If you talk to anyone else, I'm very process driven. I just want to meet my full potential for the football player that I am going this year coming out of training camp. Whatever that might be, whatever role that might be going into the season, man, I'm going to own that role to 100% of my ability. Of course, you want to be the best football player that you can be, and that's just tackling it day by day at training camp and then letting the chips fall and just going playing football throughout these preseason games and putting myself in the best situation to be successful.
George Pickens, got to end with him. Huge addition. I think it'll help you guys be successful. Maybe help stretch the field, help the run game. How has it been having George on this team?
It's been huge. I'd say just from him coming in during OTAs and minicamp, the energy that he's brought into the building as well, man, he's fit just right in like a missing puzzle piece. And it's been really, really cool to see him compete on the football field, because when we say compete every single day, that's a cat that goes out there and he's running full speed every single down. No balls on the ground. He prides himself on that. But he's also been a great teammate inside the building, inside that locker room. So we're excited to have him. Anytime that you can bring a player like this to help you get towards your main goal of winning a Super Bowl, you're going to do it. And so to have him in the building is really, really good.
Back from break with Deuce Vaughn talking about George Pickens, the new addition. We're talking energy with the Cowboys. What kind of energy does George have?
He has great energy. Great teammate. Like I said, is competitive. every single day that we get onto the football field, man, you can tell that he wants to be the best and he's striving for it. And that's really, really huge as far as what Coach Schottenheimer, our coaching staff, are building here. They want a whole bunch of guys that are going to come out and compete. A whole bunch of guys that are going to come into our locker room. We got a ping pong table in our locker room. We've got all types of things set up, and we just going and competing every single day and bonding over it. So it's really, really huge to have GP on the team and the teammate that he's been throughout these OTAs and minicamp. I'm excited for it in training camp.
Keep sleeping on these Cowboys losers out there and keeps criticizing them. I'm telling you, they're going to outperform. We might see you guys in the playoffs. I'd love to see it. Deuce, thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate you. Good luck in training camp.
Of course, I appreciate you.
Go crush it. Talk soon. Just not about Interstellar. Bye.
I wanted to spend more time today on Phil Mafah. We kind of merged with another pick during our draft coverage anyway with Dami Akinbasote, who also fits this, I think, pretty decently. And the potential for the impact season could have for the Cowboys. I think we're already talking about Jaden Blue plenty. And I do want to emphasize this. I think we're right to. I think we are right to spend more time on the other backs on this Cowboys roster and to be more excited about Blue because he offers more athletic ability. That is one of the fastest backs in this year's class, even if he didn't put up the 40-yard dash time that maybe he was hoping for. He was explosive. He offers receiving ability. He offers rushing ability. He is a more dynamic piece than Phil Mafah is really ever going to be. And I think he can be more of the explosive back. If you're looking for a thunder and lightning, Jaden Blue's the lightning. And the lightning's more entertaining and fun than the thunder would ever be. But if Phil Mafah does make this Cowboys roster, which is not guaranteed, by the way, he has the skill set, especially long-term, to pair perfectly with Jaden Blue. I don't think Jaden Blue is ever going to be a workhorse back. I don't think he has the frame to withstand it. Phil Mafah does. And if you want that cheap thunder-lightning combination, this could be your thunder. So, before we dive into this in depth, will Phil Mafah make the Cowboys roster? Y for yes, N for no. Go vote at the pinned comment of today's show. This Cowboys running back room at RB1, RB2, RB3, maybe RB4 is wide open. I don't think there are any backfields in the NFL that has more uncertainty about what it's going to look like this year. There's Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, Jaden Blue, I guess Deuce Vaughn, who I think I'm just going to, I'll give up the pipe dream for our small king, and Phil Mafah. And there is a path in which the Cowboys go, all right, let's go with the young guns. What if Javonte Williams still isn't back to his first-year form? What if he's still a sub 4-yard per carry guy like he was in Denver the past couple of years? That's a concern that I think is valid to have with this backfield. He looked great in his first season. Looked solid before he tore his ACL. But he hasn't been that guy the last 2 seasons. And there's some pass-catching value. There's some pass-blocking value that Javonte Williams brings that I think, at least for one of those elements, Phil Mafah might eventually be able to offer in a similar fashion. But if Williams struggles, okay, well, then where do you turn? Or if he's not the same guy? Well, what if you turn to Miles Sanders? And what if the haters are right and he is washed? What if it is a great call by the haters that Miles Sanders doesn't have the athletic juice anymore? That the guy we saw in Philly just isn't good anymore? What if he was just a product of that elite offensive line and your offensive line isn't ready to be that guy yet? He hasn't been overly productive as a pass catcher. I think there's more ability there. But if Jaden Blue's a good pass catcher, well, Jaden Blue's going to fill that role. But then who's the lead back, so to speak? So I think there is the possibility of an early role for Phil Mafah within this Dallas Cowboys organization. That is not a guarantee. We're talking about a guy no one's talking about. There's a reason we're not talking about them very much. Look, Blue might never be a full-time back. There is the possibility he is who he was his final year at Texas, which has value, which would be a great pick in the 5th round. Maybe his ceiling ends up being a Tyrone Tracy type player. That's still plenty valuable. The Giants went out and added Cam Scatterbo for reason to draft themselves, right? So year 1 of these 2 rookie backs, I think Jaden Blue is the right answer. But who do you think has more yards? JB for Jaden Blue, PM for Phil Mafah. Go ahead and sound off for me in the comments of today's show. Let's discuss some of the strengths that Maffa brings to this Cowboys organization. Quality size is one of them. In fact, size that doesn't really exist right now on this Cowboys roster. Phil Maffa, listed size, 6 foot, there's a little bit extra on top of that there, 234 pounds. Big for a back in the modern day NFL. Javonte Williams, 5'10", 220, he's pretty stocky. He's only, you add 7 pounds. It's about, I think, 8 pounds is the normal weight you add for each inch, somewhere in that ballpark. Miles Sanders is a little bit lighter, 5'11", 211. Jaden Blue's not big. He's 5'9", 196. Deuce Vaughn is much smaller. It's 5'6", 176. So Maffa brings you the size that you don't really have in this backfield. That's not the only thing he brings. I think there is some physical ability and some potential bell cow ability. I don't know if the Cowboys want to have a true, 300 carry running back in Derrick Henry. Not that many guys exist, but averaging over 5 yards a carry on a 200+ carry sample size is impressive. And it was pretty consistent, that volume, that average, regardless of the volume overall. It was about 5.4 to 5.2, whether it was 98 carries, 216 carries. That's who he was at Clemson. Now, the pass catching stuff, we'll get back to that later on. There's some valid concerns on that front. But he has that size and the ability to handle the workload that I don't know if Jaden Blue physically can hold up. I also think he's not there yet, and it's gotten better in recent years. I've seen better pass protection backs coming out in recent years over the NFL draft. Like Henderson was so good. Quint Allen was such a good third down back too. Phil Maffa's size should make him a positive long-term in pass protection. He can step up, hit the blitzing linebacker, pick up the blitzing nickel. He needs time to grow there, but that could end up being a positive for him in the long run if he can develop it. We'll have more Cowboys training camp coverage for you right here all off season long, so do not miss out. Hit that sub button, youtube.com/@CowboysTV. The weaknesses, and it's kind of funny that the weaknesses match up very well with Jaden Blue's strengths. Again, it's fit. I haven't seen great pass catching out of Phil Maffa. There were some drops, and he was never anything more than a minimally productive out of the backfield check down option. 5 yards per catch, caught about 21 passes a year. This is not Tony Pollard back there. This is not Jaden Blue back there. This is not, I'm going to go way back, this is not Lance Dunbar back there, who was only a pass. He was almost a receiver. There was the 1 year he had 21 snaps to open the year and none were run plays. They were all pass plays. It was just obvious they're going to throw the ball. That's not who Phil Maffa is. It's fine. Because if you were 6'4", 234 and you could catch passes too, you wouldn't have made it to the 7th round. He's also not a burner. And we don't have the athletic testing, but he's not overly athletic. I never saw that 4.4 speed, let alone the 4.3 speed. He's maybe cracking 4.65. Probably a little bit faster than Cam Scattergood, but nothing that makes you go, yeah, this guy's got just that burner, breakaway Derrick Henry size speed combination. He is also coming off a shoulder injury. Sounds like that's going to be fine. I think that was a factor in, he played through it last year, which, to an extent, this can also be the job interview. Tell me about a weakness of yours, and you spin it into a strength. He played through the shoulder injury, so you know that he's tough, right? So predictions, because maybe it could be a goal line option for you if you don't trust Hunter Lipke there. How many touchdowns, if any, I think 0 is a perfectly valid answer here, will Phil Maffa have this upcoming season for the Cowboys? I think Phil Maffa is going to get a ton of run in the preseason this year for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm curious what we see from Miles Sanders, Javonte Williams, Jaden Blue, Deuce Vaughn, etc. at the same time. There could be more involvement than we would normally see at that spot. But I want to see what he's able to show. What does Phil Maffa do in the preseason? Does he force his way onto the roster? Maybe. Again, I want to make this point clear. When it comes to Phil Maffa and his outlook, he is a 7th round pick. We should probably assign the proper level of expectations. I think Jaden Blue is better. Blue was a much higher grade for me because I can find the big power back. I can't find the explosive back as easily. And there's no guarantee that Phil Maffa even makes this Cowboys roster, although I think he's a guaranteed practice squad player if not. But he has some strengths. he has the size and that power running that I think fits well in both gap and zone schemes that you'll see more of with Clayton Adams and Connor Riley in charge of the run game this year. But I did want to make sure that a guy we haven't really given very much love or attention to, who was a draft pick on offense, gets some of that on today's show.